Hi guys, welcome again. Thank you for coming back to this channel, tuning in. We really appreciate. I thank you so much for always supporting me and coming to watch videos in this channel. Today again, I'm with Dr. Professor Mildred Mudany. Dr. Mildred Mudany, as we all know, is a professor of medicine with specialization called pediatrician, focused a lot on public health and community health, and with a special interest on the children and the mother. Today we are going to be talking about part 2 of what we talked about child health, and particularly touching on breastfeeding. In the video that we did earlier, we talked about the benefits of breastfeeding to the mother, to the child. And today we are going to be talking about the benefits of breastfeeding to the mother, and we'll be discussing also one or two other things in addition to that with the doctor. Dr. Mildred Mudany, CEO of Help Reach Africa, and also the chair of KISS University is with us here. As I've said, she's got PhD in medicine, tropical medicine, focusing on pediatrics from Tokyo Women University in Japan, and also having done her master's in pediatrics from University of Nairobi and bachelor's in medicine and surgery from the same university. So join me, ladies and gentlemen, in talking and welcoming Dr. Mildred Mudany to talk about the benefits of breastfeeding to the mother.
Thank you very much once again for welcoming me to your channel. It's always a pleasure. The last time I talked about the benefits of breastfeeding to the baby, and there were a good number of them. For those of you who have watched the channel and have seen it, we talked about there's that bonding, there is that good milk that comes from the mother that is just at the right temperature and it's just very nutritious. I talked about the colostrum, which is like imparting fast immunization to the baby because of the richness in antibodies. We talked about that milk that is easy to digest and so on. So I think we talked about the benefits to the baby, which included the bonding that you see between mother and children. It really starts from that time. Now today we want to focus on the benefits to the mother. What are the benefits of doing breastfeeding? Now, for the mother, I must say that there are a lot of benefits. And as a mother raising children at that time when I did, I must really appreciate that there were a lot of benefits for me as a mother. Number one is that breast milk is easily available. You have it with you. Wherever you are with the baby, the breast is there, the baby is there. So it's available. The breast milk is available. All you need is to remove the breast and put it in the mouth of the baby. I know there is a lot of shyness among the young mothers about removing the breast in public and so on. So I would encourage you to just have a shawl and cover. You can cover yourself, give yourself a bit of protection. Cover the baby as the baby is breastfeeding, but it's available, it's readily available. That's a major benefit. Then just the convenience that goes with that if a baby needs to feed and breastfeed, you have it with you at any time. You're not going to start looking for it. You don't need to go to the kitchen to warm it. You don't need to go and buy it. It is available, it is with you, and you're with a baby. So that convenience is great. The time that you save that you could have been using, for example, if you are using formula, you have to get water, you have to have hot water, you have to cool it, you have to mix it. It takes time and it's very costly, by the way. Those who choose to go the direction of formula, they have to be ready to pay the price. Even of that formula. A tin of formula those days was 900. Now I hear it's over 1,700. So it's a very expensive thing we are talking about.
Yes.
And it is not even the best thing for the baby at all. So we encourage mothers to do breastfeeding.
So I'm saying that formula, lactogen and the rest, so without quoting names.
Yeah.
Still, the mother's milk is better.
Mother's milk is the best. I cannot overemphasize that. It is the best, and it is in a form that is easy for the baby to digest, as we said last time, and it is very convenient, and it is the healthy thing for the baby to take. Okay. So that is what we advocate for.
So when do you use these formulas? Is it just to supplement?
The formula, we don't even advocate for it at all. As a pediatrician, I will not even talk about formula. We only would talk about formula for a baby who has no breast to feed on. because we know there are babies without
mother
mothers.
passed on or
The
something.
mother passed on,
Or
or the
has
mother
not.
is too sick, or the mother has the problem with the breast, maybe the breast has been removed or whatever. But for babies who have a breast to feed on, we will advocate for breastfeeding. It is the best for the baby. I think we talked about those benefits last time. Today we are talking about the benefits to the mother. So
Okay.
saving money that you could spend on formula is a major benefit. Yeah, because the breast milk, it is available. It is you're not paying for it. The temperature is just right. Everything is right. So the convenience is a major thing. Then it also allows you to do what we call rooming in. When mothers get babies, we actually encourage them to be in the same room with the baby. I know out there, maybe the Mzungus, maybe the baby is born and they perhaps start off in their own bedroom. That is not what we recommend. We want the mother and baby to be in the same room.
Oh,
Not same bed.
Not a different bedroom?
No, not a different bedroom. Mother and baby to be in the same room. The baby can have their own baby cot, but they should be in the same room.
Why?
That
Why?
makes it easy so that when the baby cries, you can hear quickly and you can reach the baby quickly and you can immediately take the baby and put on the breast. And I am also not of that school of you have to count the hours that we fed the baby at 8, so the next time of feeding is 2 hours or 3 hours later. No. We talk of breastfeeding on demand. When the baby cries, unaweka kwa matiti. And that is okay. So there's rooming in, you're in the same room, and you breastfeed on demand. When the baby cries, you put the baby on the breast, and that is good for the baby. And it's also convenient for the mother. So instead of going to the kitchen, start warming this, start warming that, just put the baby on the breast. And I'm talking about the first 6 months, because that is when you practice what I'm talking about. Yeah, then there is no cost, as we have said, because if you use formula, it is very costly. The other major advantage to the mother is the quick return back to shape. I know mothers get so wary of the shape that is there during pregnancy. When you're pregnant, of course, they
add weight, of course.
They
Women
put
add,
on a
ladies
lot
add
of
weight
weight, and of
they
course,
get bigger.
the distension of as the uterus is growing, as the baby is growing, the whole body literally responds, and everywhere is kind of much bigger than the usual. So normally after delivery, when you breastfeed the baby, that helps you get back to shape faster.
Oh.
Yeah, because
So
as the baby,
they don't have to do a lot of exercise?
they still need to do their level of exercise that they are able to do. Remember, there are those who are even delivered by cesarean section.
Yes.
So they may not readily start on heavy exercise.
Yes.
But the act of breastfeeding helps them to quickly get back to shape. The same hormone that causes milk letdown, the hormone that brings down the milk, is the same hormone that causes contraction of the uterus. So as the baby is breastfeeding, the milk is coming, but the uterus is also contracting, and the woman is getting back to shape.
Wow.
So it really helps the woman get back to shape faster. And I know women cannot wait to get back to shape. Yeah, because
But you know, women nowadays to go for some surgery, some fat to be removed so that they get back in shape quickly.
Well, those are other modalities, but I just want to encourage them to take breastfeeding as a key measure also to help them get back to shape.
Okay.
So they don't need to go to surgery to lose the baby fat that they developed during pregnancy. Normally, once they deliver, of course, the hormones change, and it's no longer the hormone that was there during pregnancy. There are other hormones that take over, and the body gets back to shape when they breastfeed the baby. So that's a major advantage to the woman. The other major advantage, especially if you do what we call that demand feeding, the baby cries and you put on the breast. These women are protected from getting the next pregnancy. They get what we call lactational amenorrhea. They do not get their periods quickly. So within that time, and for some women, it may be 6 months or longer, as long as they're doing that intensive breastfeeding and breastfeeding on demand, they don't get the return of their periods quickly. So they go through what we call lactational amenorrhea, and at that time, they cannot get pregnant. And so they are protected.
So you don't have 2 babies in 1 year?
That 2 babies 1 year is a disaster. It's disaster if you ask me. All right? Yeah, so there's some protection that you get from doing exclusive breastfeeding and breastfeeding on demand, so that you stay at least a bit before you can get the periods back and before you can get pregnant again. And so I want to encourage mothers. Of course, I also will advocate for family planning, but I want to encourage you very much to do exclusive breastfeeding in the first 6 months, because that's a major benefit. And this is what our mothers use. Like, for example, in the family where I'm born, there were 12 of us, but somehow we don't have 2 babies born in 1 year. Yeah, we were all spaced. It's like 2 years space between every child. There's no year when 2 of us were born. Yeah, so this maneno of you've given birth in January and you give birth in December, that can be held if you do that intensive and exclusive breastfeeding and breastfeeding on demand, because you'll get what we call lactational amenorrhea, and that is protective. So I want to encourage the mothers to have that benefit. And of course, I've also talked about the benefit of bonding. The breastfeeding brings a bonding that is just wonderful between mothers and children. And these are benefits. Now, the other thing that I've not talked about, and let me not forget, there is some protection from some type of cancers when you do this breastfeeding and do it well. In particular, ovarian cancer. Women are protected from this when they do this breastfeeding very, very well. So there are a lot of benefits to the mothers, just like there are benefits to the babies. And we want to encourage all the mothers and women listening to me, and also all the fathers who are listening to me. We want to encourage you to support your wives to do exclusive breastfeeding for the first 6 months, because it gives you a very healthy baby. You will go through that period. You don't need to go to any hospital. You'll only go for the Well Baby Clinic, so that the baby is taken for immunization and growth monitoring, not because the baby is sick. So it's the best thing for Kenyans. I want to see mothers breastfeeding. The baby comes up. The baby has emotional balance. What I'm seeing these days, people who are very imbalanced emotionally, including a lot of fights in public. I was watching some of those things in the TV, literally people fighting it out and cutting each other and throwing the other side. Some of those emotional imbalances, if you go back, these people did not breastfeed well.
Okay.
So I want to encourage people to do exclusive breastfeeding for the first 6 months. It is good for the mother and it's good for the baby.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We are just about to finish. And thank you, Daktari. You've taken us through wonderful, really benefits for the mother. I just don't want to go all over it again. But just one question. One is, how can mothers, is there some special type of foods that they can eat to make sure they get a lot of milk when they are breastfeeding, particularly during exclusive breastfeeding period of first 6 months? Are there some special foods that make mothers get more milk, so that because some mothers have little milk, others have a lot of milk? Just that one only as we finish.
All right. I think this one depends a lot on communities and their beliefs and patterns. But I can just say that a mother feeding well will be able to have enough milk. Just have a balanced diet. Make sure there is fruits. Make sure there is vegetable. Make sure there is a balanced diet. And drinking plenty at that time, because, you know, the baby breastfeeds and takes out fluid from the body. So you need to replace that fluid. So the mothers can take tea. Some of them prefer drinking chocolate. Some of them take uji. Some of them take bone soup. And generally, what you need is just a balanced diet, but plenty of fluids, because what is going out of the body is fluid that needs to be replenished. And you should be able to have enough milk. There are people who talk about certain indigenous vegetables that help mothers get a lot of milk. For me, I think I just did eating of good balanced food. I took bone soup, I took uji, I took tea, and you'll be able to get enough milk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you. This has been wonderful listening to the doctor. This has been part 2 of our breastfeeding and how we can help our children as they grow, and the young mothers, how they can be, and also the benefits of the mothers. We look out for part 3 of this medical health series. But I want to thank you, Daktari, so much for elaborately talking to the mothers and the fathers out there about their babies and how they should take care of them to ensure that they remain healthy. This has been your partner in business and personal growth, FCPA John Mudany, talking to Professor Dr. Mildred Mudany on breastfeeding and benefits to the baby and to the mother, what types of food to do. And I just want to invite you again for the next. Thank you all for signing in. Please remember to subscribe. Press subscribe, send any comment, like the video. If you have anything you want us to talk about on medical health or anything in certain subject that you want us to address through this channel, I want to invite you and welcome you. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Come again. This has been your partner. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye,
Thank
bye-bye.
you so much.
Thank you, Daktari.
God
Asante
bless you.
sana, asante
Okay.
sana, Daktari. That has
Thank
been
you.
very good. God bless you,
Thank you.
and we thank you so much.